Luke John Harrison here. Welcome to episode 152 of the Daily Boom. Don't want to frighten the cat too much. So, listen, I want to just sprout some truth out here. From this morning, I woke up really weak and vulnerable and frightened, terrified. I had a dream last night, a very, very vivid dream. It was horrible. Basically, I was in some kind of holiday lodge with all my friends and family and everybody I cared about, and somebody came in with a giant gun, like this massive handgun, and started pointing it at everybody, threatening them. Pointed around a few people, pointed at my best mate, and I stepped in. I said, pointed at me, and shoved it in my cheek. And it was like the ultimate fear. It was just the terrifying thought, this is it, I'm going to die. And it was horrible. And then I managed to get it off and secure the situation. And then it was the days after of grief and consoling people and everybody that was there. And like, you know, in dreams, how you can have days worth of events happen. If you've ever seen the movie Inception, it kind of explains it a little bit better. A day's worth happened there. And as I woke up, I couldn't separate dream from reality. I was like I was anxious, I was terrified. I'd felt and experienced literally the thought of, I am going to be murdered right now. That's hard. Like, if you've ever had a really bad dream like that, you'll know that it can affect you. Like, it was within the first 10 minutes of us waking up, it was almost like a memory. It wasn't like a dream, it was a memory. It was almost as if it actually happened. I had to get my head thinking it was a dream. It was just a bullshit story in my head. It didn't even happen. It was false. But here's what got me thinking, like, how many of us are believing false stories and that are causing us massive pain right now? Things that haven't even happened. But yet we are letting the fear override our emotion. We're letting the fear override our choice of action. We're choosing to do nothing out of absolute fear and being terrified of something that hasn't even happened. Because the mind has made it so. The mind is a powerful thing, as we know. It is so fucking powerful. And it can work for you or against you. And I didn't have anything on my mind when I went to sleep. I went to sleep all right. And it's just these things, they pop in sometimes. And it's weird because we as humans can believe these false stories in our head. And we can treat them like memories, as if like, well, I'm not going to do this because this might happen. And you truly believe that it might happen, even though it never ever has before, and it likely never ever will. And these experiences in our head make us weak. Make us feel vulnerable. Now, I know I'm not weak. I know I'm not vulnerable. But they make you feel that way. And the more that we consciously believe that, the more we choose to not take action on the things that will help us build our self-esteem, because we believe that we don't deserve it, that we're not worth it, because we believe in these false stories. Most of the stories going in your head now about fear of failure, or not being worth it, or not deserving of it, are false. And you're believing them to be true. Your mind is telling you, this must be true. And you'll make it true to justify your inaction. Because your inaction, i.e. for you to move forward and feel better, you know you have to become a better person and do more with your life. So when you choose to not do that, you justify it because of the fact that in your head, you're not strong enough. You're too weak. You don't deserve it. You don't have the resources. You can't afford it, etc. All this stuff to justify that because you believe in the false story. Now, what can you do to better that? Now, today I don't feel like eating well, but I know eating well is going to make me feel better. Today I don't feel like exercising, but I know exercise is going to make me feel better. Today I don't feel like facing the world and doing the things that one has to do, but I know that that's going to make me feel better. And I felt a commitment to turn on this camera, even though I didn't feel like it. Because my commitment overrides my feeling. Now, most of us are committed to feeling like shit because we do the actions that make us feel like shit. We reach for junk food, we choose to sedate with alcohol or porn or whatever, and we choose to not exercise. We choose to not appreciate those around us. We choose to more so not appreciate ourselves. And we choose to do nothing, or we choose to do the things that we know are not good for us because it gives us an immediately gratifying response, and it gives us a temporary sense of control, self-control as well, because we know we can lose it. We can lose it. So take this thought with you that most of the things that you are believing right now are not true about yourself. They are false stories. You have a lot more to give. Your life is nowhere near full. Your life is nowhere near complete. As long as you are breathing in and out, there is work to be done. And no matter who you are, how manly, how strong, how perceived as the one who keeps it together you are, you'll always have moments of weakness. You'll always feel vulnerable at times. These things will happen. But you need to push forward and have the know-how that really a lot of the time what you believe in is bullshit. And it's your own created bullshit. You do deserve it. Go out there and get it. Simple message for today. Share these words, guys. Peace out. Have a good one.